Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. We got Ed Towns, comedian, host of the Trigger Warning open mic that's made 8 people quit comedy and has broken up 5 couples. He's producer of CYSK, one of the best independent showcases in the city. Also, congratulations, just got engaged. So we announced it on the show here. We do talk relationships, comedies, shitty shows, including the twerk contest comedy show, and you can guess what comic he was talking about, and he calls out and gives advice to a bunch of shitty open mic comics. So if people want to do an open mic in the park, let him do it. All right. Ed Towns on social media at Lobo Den Podcast, Instagram. If you have any questions, ask the Lobo Den. DM me because I have still not put the email together. Duke, I got in a car accident. Give me a break. All right, check it out, Lobo Den. Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. Today we have Ed Towns. What's up, Ed?
Not much, man. Not here quarantining.
Over here quarantining. You working, right? You just worked? You just got off of work?
Yeah, I just worked. I work at T-Mobile, and
now you left Sprint?
I haven't worked for Sprint forever, dude. Come on.
Hold on,
dude.
My ribs.
I was so close. I was like, this year is a year I'm walking out this job and doing comedy full time. Now I need that fucking job. You know how insulting it is?
Oh, wow.
It's almost like I'm about to leave my girl. Fuck this bitch. And you get laid off, and she's paying for everything anyway. So then I got to eat her pussy for another 6 months.
Oh, man, dude.
Yeah. It was so close. I was looking at my finances. I was talking to my girl. I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to make this leap this year. You know, I might need your help financially, but I'll be able to cover the basic bills. It's like, do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. And then right there, it was fucking...
And she was down with it too?
Yeah.
How long you been with her? You been the same girl for a while?
A year.
Oh.
A year, and we've been knowing each other for 7 years, 8 years.
Oh, but before that you had a long term. You've always had a girlfriend, right? So
No,
really?
No, when comedy started, it killed any long-term shit ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, dude, every time I was like so focused in, it was the same cycle, kind of. It was like, hey, by the way, I know we're together, but I'm doing this comedy shit. This is first. You got to be second. They're fine with it. Because comedy looks cool on the outside, especially early on. And then, especially real early on, you're going out again. You're not getting paid. You're getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing.
You don't have to get drunk.
Well, come on, man. Come on.
Hold on a second.
You know who you're talking to? I worked as hard in comedy so the free drinks would come. You know what I'm saying? The money was the afterthought. No, but you go out and you start socializing, drinking, or just out every night, not even necessarily getting drunk. You don't go on dates. Dates to her was an open mic.
Oh,
me doing sets and shit. That's how focused it was. That's how focused it was.
Open mic. This is like the worst date you can possibly.
I'm like, hey, if you want to go out, you got to do this.
It's a show.
You got to. Well, this is early on where I wasn't getting booked.
Oh, okay.
So I went through a lot of women. Usually around the 3-month mark is when I realized they were like, "What is this doing? What are you doing with this?" I'm like, I'm out. Yeah. I told you that first day. I told you exactly what the fuck I was about. And how hard it was gonna be.
What your current girlfriend, is she not in the biz, but in the biz or bartender or something like that? No. She has a regular job, schedule.
A regular tech job at Trunk Club.
Oh, okay.
And no, she was there. I've known her forever. She was there from the groundwork shit. Even before we started dating anything, she was going to open mics just so we can drink. She was a drinking buddy at first.
Oh, okay.
I was like, we'll go drink, but I got to do this mic. He's all right, cool. And then just started hanging out, drinking there. And then she went through a rough relationship. I'm going to get any details. I want to put her business out there. And then she came back and realized, this guy has been in the friend zone forever. You got out the friend zone. Takes 7 years, dog. Dude. It takes 7 years and their life falling apart. And then you're in there. No. That's my tip to all the men out there. And then started dating. And actually, James, I'm sorry I haven't told you this yet. You probably heard of it, but we're getting married in August.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is over for me. only disappointing one woman at a time instead of these hordes of whores, you know? Yeah, so that's yeah. And Steve was... I almost called you Steve Lobo because there's a guy that named Steve Lobo.
Okay.
Giovanni was like, hey, Ed, is there anything you don't want to cover? I'm like, what?
Dude, I've just had people DM me like, afterwards. And because I don't know, I'm pretty open. Maybe I'm too open on here. Yeah. Like, obviously now. This is what happened. Well, this is what happened. Shout out to Shelly and Don at work. But look, Shelly, if you are listening, so...
And
I've talked about drug use, and people are fine with it if it's not cocaine. Unfortunately, it's been all cocaine talk.
Triggered. Yeah. How dare you judge the white drug? Huh?
I'm
offended. I'm offended. The green one's fine.
Exactly.
What color is mushrooms?
White.
Brown.
White? Oh, it's white. Okay.
Brown, white.
It's brown,
like
white. Yeah. What white mushrooms? I guess so. I don't know.
The good ones.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Literally, the white mushrooms.
The white
race of mushrooms.
Yeah. Literally the white ones. You get those from white people, and the ones I get are sneaky brown Mexican mushrooms. Or I bought them for my sister. You know what's fucked up? I bought the mushrooms for my sister. I did the podcast with B on mushrooms, and I told my sister and all my family, "Hey, I'm gonna be on mushrooms tonight. Don't bother me." And she messages me at 2 a.m. Giovanni, call me, or I need to talk to you. And I'm like, really?
What a responsible family meeting. By the way, kids, gather around. Papa's gonna be on mushrooms tonight, so leave him alone in his lion's den. Slams the door.
Everybody's hitting me up for a favor or something, or money or something. So it's like, hey, I didn't want this. I didn't want some weird messages. I didn't want to look at my phone. So I was like, hey, just leave me alone. This is what's going on, right? And I'm not gonna be responding for the next few hours. Especially, I have a Mexican mom. They're like, oh, I don't call her. She'll call me. She's like, oh, but why didn't you call me? She gets all upset. It's like, oh, are you okay? Are you alive? This one, I don't know if you get this. Do you have a mother? I get that a lot. If I forget to call my mom, she calls me the next day. She's like, oh, do you have a mother? And it's like, I get that a lot. So it's like, I had to let him know.
Yeah.
That I was. And then my sister messages me. She's like, hey, Giovanni, call me right away. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm over there at B's place. She's having a bad trip. I'm scared. I don't know. I can't drive home. I'm on mushrooms, dude. She's dancing. The podcast was good, but afterwards she didn't have a good trip. And I'm just like, she's posting on Facebook. She wants to kill herself. I'm next to her. I was like, I'm next to this white chick. And then I'm like, calm down. What if something happens? I'm freaking out. But I'm trying to be as helping, because I've been there. And
try to talk her through it.
And I don't want to start freaking out and fuck her and so I'm trying to make it as easy as it is for her as possible. Then
that's the nicest way of saying, I don't want her to fuck up my high. I'm having a great trip right now, and this bitch is talking about killing herself.
And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, all right, cool. And I think I did a good job. I don't know. And then what we're supposed to do acid on Saturday, but I crashed the car. Anyways, my sister messages me, and I look at it, and she's like, call me. She's like, and I was like, what? I was like, shit, what the fuck just happened? And I called her, and she's like, where'd you get those mushrooms? Can I buy some? And I was like, but you sold me mushrooms. She's like, you sold them to me. She's like, can I buy them back? And I was like, and I was like, this is why you called me at 2 a.m. when I'm fucking tripping on mushrooms and fucking on the south side of Chicago. I was like, oh man, dude. But why did I talk about drugs? Oh, cocaine. Look, this is the thing, man. People, I don't know if you've ever done the drug, but
nah, I'm a pussy. Only fucked with weed.
Okay,
and
good.
I do have a bucket list for heroin. Yeah. Heroin is.
Well, you're older, right? And doesn't matter anymore?
When the doctor says, Ed, you got 2 weeks to live, I'm getting a motorcycle, a Harley Davidson, and a heroin.
But you want to shoot it up, right?
Shoot it up and ride that motorcycle right on Lakeshore Drive. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Heroin is the worst drug, but it has to be great,
well,
right?
It's the worst. It feels, I don't know, Ari Lang said, it feels like everybody's hugging you and all these loves and pillows.
Yes.
And things like that.
It has to be the best drug. It has to.
It seems like it, but it's the most actually physically addicting, because I don't think, this is the thing with Coke. Coke has a bad rep, and I should have a bad rep, because I've seen people do, I think very few people can do Coke responsibly, and I don't want to put myself in that category, because now there's Shelly and Don at work are listening, but God, man,
do a bump, go ahead and do a double shift,
But it's like, but I really do. I really do. So there's not really a difference with smoking crack and smoking Coke, right? I was reading online.
Don't look at me, dude. I have no idea.
I saw a video.
You ready for my black conspiracy theory?
Yeah. 10%.
There is no difference. It's the way it's made.
That's it.
But the only reason why crack is more, because it's in the black community. Coke is a rich white man's drug.
I was watching a video. There's some dude in South America how to smoke crack, and it looked like the only difference between smoking crack and then smoking, it was like he puts 10%, 90% Coke and 10% baking soda. So it's just to get more yield, right? I was watching, because let's do a hypothetical, right? I have a friend, right? Hypothetically
has a friend, okay?
Hypothetically got in a car accident,
that
right?
H keeps getting harder. You notice that, James? Hypothetically. Okay. He's going to, by the end of it, and hypothetically, I fucked his mother, right?
So hypothetically, he got injured, right? He had an injury, right? He had an injury, and he injured his ribs, right? Or his lungs, right? So he couldn't, and he realized,
I'm sorry, dude.
Your phone.
Man,
I have a list where I'm supposed to tell you things, but I didn't.
I got no. Oh, my sister. Fuck. I gotta answer that later.
Go ahead.
No, I gotta answer that later.
Okay, that happened to me. You see, you should have told your sister beforehand. Hey, I'm gonna go with this cokehead Mexican on his podcast.
She's trying to figure out what we're doing for the 4th, but I told the family it was whatever you want to do, and then I'm responding back to me. So
what are you guys gonna do?
Well, we hosted at my house, so it's like I told them. I sent in the group message out saying, "Hey, I know with COVID, everybody's kind of on edge. Let me know if you guys want to do something. I'll host it, And then no one said anything, so I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going out my way, I did my part.
Yeah, you did what you had to do, dude. You had to do, but
let's go back to this hypothetically.
So yeah, hypothetically, so I had a friend, he had an injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he injured his lungs or something, right? And so he went to go check some stuff out, some new product, and then and he realized that he couldn't snort because it was because of his lungs, and he couldn't, right? So then he was like, fuck, he was screwed, right? So then he wanted to get it, so he had friends try it out for him to make sure it was good, and it was. But then he was like, he had one friend come by, he's like, hey, have you ever heard of a foilie? Right? And I was like, what the hell is a foilie? You have heard of this? I just found out about, or hypothetically somebody did, found out about a foilie, right? And he's like, what you do is...
He's just snitching on himself at this point.
No.
I don't know the heck of on anymore.
No, it's part of his character I'm playing, right? Like remember Alex Jones in court? He was like, it's not me, it's a character. So, yeah, it's a character. So this book I was reading, right? This guy finds out what a foilie is. And he was like, so basically just you put Coke on this piece of foil, you put water, you spray it out, and then you heat it up on the bottom with a lighter, and then you smoke the fumes with like a straw or something like that. And I was like, and it looks horrible, right? It looks like you're smoking crack. Yeah. And I was like, what? And so somebody researched. So when I found out about it, I started researching. And I was like, that's very interesting. So I started researching, and I watched a video of a guy doing crack, and then the only difference I saw was he puts a little baking soda, cooks it, makes it hard, and then but it almost, so that's freebasing basically. I think that's
that's what hypothetically this myth.
Yeah. Like,
by the way, this is the most detailed hypothetical story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
It had street addresses, time codes in it, and everything like that.
So let's say so it looks like
1,800 hours. Hypothetically.
So if somebody would have taken a picture of this person, it looks like they're smoking crack, right? Mm-hmm. It looks pretty bad, and the reason, because you're bringing up heroin, I saw. And then when I found out about this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I looked at videos, and one of the videos you saw somebody doing the foil was a guy. You ever see the OxyContin Express, that documentary with those dudes in Florida where they're just buying loads of Oxy? Like, Florida was a mess. Like, you can buy everybody.
Was?
Yes. Oh.
Okay. I bet those were the golden days back then when people used to look up to Florida and vacation down there.
Oh, fucking Florida. You guys been to Florida? Did you guys see the Florida? I did that Florida. Somebody posted on Facebook. You put Florida man in your birthday and you see what the article is. Oh God, it was.
I haven't done that yet, but I'm pretty sure it's some shit down there.
Yeah, but it was. I saw some dude and he was doing the foil, and it just looked so bad. So, a word of advice: if you injure yourself, just I don't know, just don't do coke, I guess, until you heal back up. Right?
Take the time off.
Yeah, or you could. The other one that somebody told me is like you can put it like in the bottom of your tongue here, but then like you have to wait and it just tastes weird, and then so it's like so eat better, right? So I don't know why you smoke weed because you like smoking weed,
I don't.
right?
No. I'm not even a good weed smoker.
Oh, okay. You're a drinker. You're just a drinker.
I'm just a drinker.
See, I can't handle alcohol.
I make it up. Trust me. All those drugs I'm boy on the back end. Me and Jonah are probably two. Okay, no, Jerkins? I can't take that back. No, because there's Adam Burke who could throw down, and
he's English, right?
And Sean Flannery. Okay. No, he's Irish. Irish and some other shit.
Sean Flannery, right?
Sean Flannery. Those two are the only guys in comedy. I'm not putting Nolan in that shit. Those are the only two guys in comedy where I look at like, I can't. No way. Jonah's up there too, but I've hung with Jonah before. I was legit at Jonah's house some days.
Jonah's actually from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got the Wisconsin drinking blood.
I was like legit at Jonah's house some days, and I'm like, oh, the sun's up, man. I should get out of here and have like 3 more drinks and walk home.
What's your drink of choice?
Shoot. You know what, though? I've changed recently. So, just because I'm getting...
because of the lady?
Yeah, partially that.
Okay.
She eats low carbs. Mm-hmm. And so, as
Keto.
opposed to... Well, now, but also it's because of comedy, too. So comedy, a lot of places I get free tabs as long as I don't go fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. So I usually just get PBR and shit like that. I don't run them. Some shit they always have plenty of. Yeah. But since I've been at the house, I've just been buying whatever the fuck I want to drink since I'm paying for it anyways. So I switched to Truly.
Oh, yes. Is that like a White Claw?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll say it's like a snooty White Claw.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like White Claws from what's that called? Rockford.
Oh, I was gonna say
And
Beloit, but
Truly-
close enough. 20 minutes away.
Truly's from like Naperville. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
okay.
There's a little, I'm better than you, little to it. But I switched to Truly and whiskey, and I lost 15 pounds from that just alone.
Really?
Yes, just not drinking PBRs and shit like that.
You were skinny. I saw your Facebook. You were skinny, dude.
when I first started comedy, I was skinny.
Yeah, you were skinny, dude.
And what happened was I started getting free drinks, and that was it.
It was just the booze, right? It was just the booze.
It was just the booze. I never ate like a piece of shit, really. I eat one meal a day. I've been doing this for the last, sometimes two, depending on that last meal. But I've been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years. I eat one meal a day at like 3.
Okay, so you've been intermittent fasting before.
I eat
Intermittent
at 3,
fasting was
take
a
a
thing.
shit at 6, and be out doing mics at 7.
Oh yeah, because you want to get it out, so
Get
it
it
doesn't
out.
happen during the show, right?
Yeah, it doesn't happen during the show. I'm not worried about, I got to ship between sets. Just get it out. And then depending on how late my night is, I might have one more meal at 4 a.m.
Okay.
Unless I wrap it up the way I'm supposed to, then I'm at the house at 2 and watching Netflix.
What was your first show you did? You remember? Like non-mic, booked somehow.
All right, this is a reach. It's going to be Sylvie's Lounge.
Okay.
I can't remember that guy's name. Richard something. He was a weird dude. But he ran bringer shows. And then obviously earlier when you're on comedy, it's a lot easier to get people to come out to see you when you suck. Right?
Yeah,
So-
it is.
Yeah,
it
so
is.
people just come out. So I started doing shows there. And I just appreciate it because it was a real audience. It was a bringer show. So people brought people in and you'll be able to work on your shit. I think that was the first show I did. The first real show I did, I say, was this one guy just put this show together. It was when I met Michael Robinson, and he'll tell you this story.
What happened?
Yes, it was. We were all supposed to do 20 minutes. It was me, a comic I'm not gonna name because they played me
Okay.
a little bit, but got mad respect for him. I'll tell you off mic.
Please.
And I think you heard the story before. And Michael Robinson.
Okay.
After the show is a twerk contest. Yeah. Now,
My ribs hurt.
now,
When I laugh like that, it's
Now-
because I have injured
now,
ribs.
I got it. Yeah. Allegedly or hypothetically injured ribs.
That was that person was a lung thing. This is a rib thing.
So I was so Mike went up first. Of course, twerk contest following the comedy has no chance.
So because everybody already knows, you're
Yes.
waiting for the twerk.
Yeah, they're waiting for a
right?
twerk
Yeah.
contest. The wet
So
t-shirt, twerk contest. I forgot to add that little flair in there.
So yeah,
So-
you're
Where
stopping.
is this? I missed the intro. To
This is at it's a place on the south side. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But one of my buddies from I kind of knew back in the day put it together. And he's like, hey, I know you're a comic. You want to do the set? And of course, you don't know better. You're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'll pay this much money. Fuck yeah.
Great show.
I got this great show that has a twerk contest afterwards. And my dumbass was thinking like, all right, so it's going to be a comedy show, then a twerk show. I wasn't thinking like they're all together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Oh wait, we mean all together.
So I was thinking it was a comedy show, and then somewhere else there was going to be a twerk show. Two different audiences.
Okay.
Like, we're here for comedy. We're here for titties. And they kind of separate. No, they all were there for titties. No one was there for comedy. So Mike gets up there. He gets 5 minutes into the set, and he's bombing immediately. And this other comic who I respect, pretty big name in the scene, comes up to me and says, hey, I got another room to go to. And I knew that. I knew they had another, so they weren't lying. I got another room to go to. Do you mind if I get up first and you can go on after? I had no business following this person at this time at all. I would even say now, depending on the situation. I'm pretty cocky still. All right. I was like, yeah, go ahead. Gets up there, does a bunch of shit. Reads the room well. Doesn't go do straight joke shit. She's there. Fuck.
They.
Shit, fuck it. They got it out. Well,
Okay.
who knows two things? They are mixing in music shit, stuff like that. And they're doing all right for the situation, because
Okay.
they read the room and like, all right, I can't get their attention with this shit. I got to kind of go in and out. So I get up there, immediately starts eating a dick.
How long?
Right away.
How long in comedy were you in this show? A year or two, or
3 years. But
Okay.
really, realistically, that was my first year of comedy.
Okay.
The first 3 years of
you were
comedy, I was
fucking around?
Yes.
Yeah, bullshit. All right.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, hey, one thing someone taught me is that no matter what, just do your fucking time. I'm sitting up there eating dicks. I look out in the audience, and this person is selling their CDs to the audience members as I mean. Yeah, I was just like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck this business, man. I mean, weren't you supposed to fucking leave? Now you're helping the fucking rioters against me. It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh God. I got there, I got my money, and I was still like so angry I didn't want to drive my car. So I sat in the back of the bar and angrily watched titties bounce.
I know. Look, I remember in the beginning, I tried to go. I was at a work thing in like Greensboro, North Carolina, and I was going to strip clubs. This is when I first started, maybe my first year, and I was trying to find places to do comedy. So I'd be out of town.
Yeah.
There was no mics, and I go to the strip clubs like, can I do comedy here? Can I do comedy? So I'd be going, and I purposely was going to strip clubs to try to do. But now looking back, but like nobody like wants to see.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants to. Did you ever do? Was it Jokers up in Milwaukee?
No.
Club on one side, strip club. I think it was strip club downstairs. What? And then Silk. The strip club was Silk, and then the downstairs was Joker's Comedy Club.
I would do that today, honestly. Yeah. Just cause where I'm at right
they
now,
just closed like a year ago.
I'm just going there for the experience. I don't give a fuck how this set goes. I hope they have wireless mics. I'll walk into the strip club, just give the club commentary and shit. I'll do that in a minute, dude.
Rest in peace. I think Mario Robinson used to host there. But no, one of my first shows I did was Ken's show that we did. One at North Bar, one of the All the Way 100 shows. It's when Ken Steele, who does porn now. Has anybody watched any of his porns?
I can't find him.
No.
Okay.
Keep telling me.
All I can do is like if I watch one of his porns, it's gonna just turn me off because it's gonna remind me how bad he smells.
What's his porn name?
Oh, I don't know. I see him.
It should be Ken Steele.
Yeah,
it should
he
be
has
Ken
a
Steele.
porn name. That's Ken Steele. Like if Ken Steele is your name, you don't have a porn name. But I remember. Oh, there was some people that were recording us who did a podcast and they watched us or something like that. I remember I was hosting, and then I remember Ken.
I remember Ken stinking up the
me up.
room.
No, I was a host.
Both literally and figuratively stinking. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck?
I was pretty fresh in, and I remember I was hosting, but he's like, hey, can you bring me up? So I was the host, but I brought him up first, and I announced him, and then he went up.
Yeah.
And then he did like this tirade on white people or something, or something, maybe some shooting or something just happened in Florida or some pulse maybe, and he just went in on that. They probably deserved it. I don't fucking know. It was bad. And I was watching, I was like,
we all know Ken Steele's
Yeah.
Ken Steele went on stage and said some shit. 100% understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, I was like, okay. And I was like, all right. So then I had to follow him, right? And then try to and then I was just learning, I was like, and I just remember in my young heads, like, I don't think it works this way. You should. I don't know. I was like, it was confusing to me. I was like, I don't.
For sure. Now I would have been like, no, this is goofy. I'll bring you up when your spot's coming up. All right.
Yeah. No. And then I went up, but I remember that's when I saw, because I just saw you at Mike's before, and that's when I saw you. That's when I found out not about Prince. I know who Prince is.
Yeah.
But I saw you did your Prince material, and I was like, oh, because I saw you at Mike's, right, fucking around. And I saw your Prince. I was like, oh, he's good, right? He's good. That's the first time seeing you at a showcase. That's what I tell people. I actually use an example, right? When somebody says seeing somebody at a mic, and it's like I don't hold judgment. Like I haven't seen him at a showcase. I don't know.
No.
Because I'd see you at a mic fucking around a little bit, and then I saw you there. I was like, oh, he's good, right? And I was like,
appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. But then that's when I forgot what the Prince. I forgot. But it was about Prince too.
It's a whole
thing. When you just got into? Your mom used to take you to Prince? How'd you get into? Prince?
No. I shared a room with my brother. Everyone in my family is much older than me by 10 years.
Okay.
I was a whoopsie daisy baby. You know what I'm saying?
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I got a stepbrother, 1 brother, and 2 sisters. But I grew up with the brother and 2 sisters.
Okay.
My brother listened to Prince. Obviously, as the youngest person, I had no choice of what's on TV, whatever the fuck that was. So he would play Prince all the time, and eventually just fucking waterboarded me into like, all right, I think I like it. It was around 8th grade. I can't tell you how many times I got called a fag because I listened to Prince. And these dumb kids
Where'd you grow up?
In this neighborhood.
Okay.
I grew up in this neighborhood.
All right.
And these dumb kids didn't realize how much pussy this guy was getting. Just because he was wearing high heels. Yeah. I used to wear a little purple Prince symbol. Hell yeah. And they'd be like, oh, look at you, gay boy. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude.
Oh, that's when he got sued or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. No, he didn't get sued. That's a whole fucking long story, dude.
Oh, okay.
That is a long fucking story.
He doesn't have the rights to his music, right?
He was trying to get the rights to his music back through a loophole.
Okay.
So they had the right to Prince's music. But he starts releasing music underneath this fucking symbol.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, they don't have the rights to that. So he got off like 1 album, I think. And then Warner Brothers like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You're the same fucking guy. Get the fuck out of here. That's when the lawsuit started happening.
Oh.
And then he begrudgingly finished out his contract and got the fuck out of there. Everyone, I like Prince because he hid behind wokeness to make that happen. He was like, I don't identify as a man or a woman. I identify as this symbol.
As a symbol.
Yeah,
right? He was the original, right?
He was the original queer person.
Yeah.
For legal purposes. Which, if I'm being honest, I feel like not a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot. There's some queer people out there just to get themselves out the white bubble.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now they're marginalized.
White people are so hated. They're like, I got to find a way out this shit. You know? I'm queer, without putting on the queer work in.
You're not. Well, you're a liberal, right? Basically, right? I'm something new.
I
don't know what you are.
I don't know what I am either.
Well, not anymore.
I am a man on an island.
Maybe like 3 years ago or something like that. But how things have changed.
I was always on the left until the left started fucking with us.
Dude, they're insane.
It was like not all of them, dude. Actually, it's more political. It's more political than anything else. When I see like this year, when fucking the first you seen this shit. Bernie's first fucking run.
Yep.
He was killing Biden. Then all of a sudden the left said they compared it to Nazi Germany.
Oh.
And all of a sudden Biden just blows them out the water. I'm like, you guys don't see what the fuck they just did right now? Is anyone watching this shit? They can't be trusted. So I can't vote for a system I can't trust, which is honestly any system.
Yeah.
And I gotta just learn how to hunt and move into the woods. Learn how to milk a goat or whatever the fuck. I don't know what to do. God, I wish I should have learned it earlier. My parents fucked up.
Would you drink coconut milk?
Yes, I would.
Almond milk? I can't drink this stuff.
Hey, man, at this point, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the fuck out the grid. Not really. I'm too lazy to learn how to hunt. I'm going to take James with me.
I'll take you.
I'll be his house husband.
I want to hunt.
Me, you, and Todd. Let's go, baby.
I want to. It's been on my bucket list, but every year some I have to get a new car.
Have either of you boys been hunting before?
No.
It's the best.
I want to.
I'll take you both.
You got to kind of be built for that shit, though. I'm sorry. I'm too into the city. I went fake camping once, and that was exhausting.
Oh,
fake camping where we have showers and shit.
plug in.
Yeah.
And
I was like, it was good the first 2 days, and after that, I'm like, all right.
What do you? What does showering make it fake? Like, what are you talking about? There's showers at every campsite.
Oh, really?
Were you in like a
Yogi
RV
Berra
or something?
Park? Yogi Berra Park.
Oh yeah, that's fake.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I was the only black guy there. Everyone was like, "This is not real camping. Suck it up." I'm like, "It is to me. It's outside,
What's this place I see? All these girls, they all have the same picture. Is it something rock? A little bit down south. There's like a big
Starved Rock,
right? What is this?
I'm going there on Friday.
So it is. It's like a cavern waterfall.
It's like the big hiking spot. There's camping there. There's there's trucker bars. That's where Todd Massey bought that Hillary flag. Actually, the Hillary for Prison flag.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Hillary for Prison.
I love Starved Rock.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, but I went fake camping once. Like in Wisconsin, we had
the first 2 days was a blast. Honestly, like not giving a fuck about time, shit like that. Just getting drunk, 24/7 for 2 days. I gotta get married this year first, and then
where are you getting married?
August 19th.
I don't know the list. Well, this is what I've been. I finally told my ex. Oh, actually, so this is what happened with me last Wednesday. I was up here. I was gonna come record at 6:30. Right, I got off work early because I closed on this house I bought. This little rental place I'm trying to mess with. Later that day, I get in a car accident. I run into a Polish lady. Right, she parks. There's this street, right?
What does Polish have to do with it?
Listen, you're
gonna find out right now.
Yeah.
Trust me,
dude.
All the stereotypes are true. Strap up, Ed.
Because I've heard all these stories from my Polish friend. Right, one of my good buddies is Polish, and I remember like one story he told me is like his dad took this one dude. I don't know his name was Wojtek. He took him out fishing, right? Wojtek, dude. He took him out. I think it was Wojtek. I don't know. He took him out fishing. He was teaching him how to fish. He's like, oh, here's a rod, and you cast it, and you throw it, and then Wojtek's all right. And then, so the Wojtek gets it, and he's like, "Lah!" And he just throws the rod into the fucking water, right? Into the water. And he
maybe he wanted to go for a swim.
And he looks at us like, "Hey, what do we do now?" And the guy's like, "We leave." He's my buddy's dad. He's just like, so I've heard like stories of his friends. So that what happened was there was this. It's like a 45 mile. I'm going maybe like 45 or 50 because it's a 45-hour road. There's this big hill, and then on the other side of the hill, on this street, like 10 seconds from a gas station, she parks her car there, and there's no shoulder really, like this much of a shoulder, like a curve. She parks her car, leaves it there to go into the woods to take a shit because she had diarrhea, right? Because I didn't even realize what happened, right? I think I kind of see the car, I try to turn, I clip, and then I'm like, I'm dazed. Airbag goes off. I still have bruised ribs from it. And then I go and I ask her, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, she's like, I wasn't even in the car, and I was like, wait, what?
It'll be hilarious if she's still taking a shit while you're talking to her. You're just concussed. Son, I'm taking a shit. Are you okay, ma'am? Bleeding out your forehead and shit.
Oh my god, yeah. And I'm like, oh, she's like, I had diarrhea, I had to go, and I was like, and I'm 10 seconds from again, and it's like, all right. And then when I got the accent, I figured it out. So I was like, okay, what? So yeah, so then I fucking crashed my car, bruised. So that day, I wanted to tell I've been trying to get back with my ex, and then
what a romantic. What a romantic.
Well, the problem is, like, when we dated, right, when I was like 25, I was a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right. So right now she has this big wall up against me because I used to fucking, dude, I was out of control.
Yeah.
But now, like, I'm almost 40. I'm 36.
Same age.
Oh, we're the same age? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Are you a Taurus? Wait, no, that's month, right?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Who's a Pollock now?
Fucking dumbass. Are you a Taurus? I'm the year of the rat. Or the year of the rat.
I think some of that Polish lady rubbed off on you and ran into her shit box.
Probably got a concussion. Who knows, right? I didn't want to go to the hospital either, right? So that Thursday I went. I've been trying to, I'm trying to get on that path, right? Because she's always been that girl.
Mm-hmm.
She was a good person, a good girl, and then she was always kind of been there. And then and I was me. I'd fuck around and just. Also,
you got to realize, man, maybe she's grown too. A lot of shit changes, you know. Like, the only thing that changed with me and my girl is that I got better at comedy. I have some money to show for it. Nah, a lot happened, but you know, who knows? It's kind of weird. I'll tell you, it's like my ex from way back when. There's nothing bad about her, really. It would never work out.
Yeah, I have a few of those.
It's like, hey, I hope you're the best. You know, you will find somebody, hopefully, if you stop listening to your cunt girlfriend. That is the one problem. Is her
girlfriend single? Who? Is her girlfriend?
No.
The cunt girlfriend single?
My girl.
No, not the current one, the ex one. The one that's giving bad advice to her.
Last time I checked, she was married.
Okay.
But who knows? You know, it's been fucking ever.
I'm sure she's not. No.
Yeah, she probably still is married. Yeah. So, but yeah, stop listening to that shit. You know, she told me something one time, which I was like, I look back and I was like, yeah, that was toxic. People want to blame toxic masculinity on men, but a lot of women dictate this shit too.
Women say horrible things.
There was one time we had a fucking kind of like a relationship intervention. And she told me, you need
Who was just you and her?
You and her. Like, we have to make this work. You got to stop crying so much. I don't cry a lot. Yeah.
Oh, she said it to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, all right. And I just shoved that shit down. And that came from a pussy. Like, if a man told me that shit, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Well, I wouldn't let a man see me cry. But like, the one person I felt like I'd be vulnerable to, she told me to shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? That's not toxic at all. That didn't come from a man.
That's going to take 10 years of your life, dude. You're going to put everything in here. You're going to fucking die of a heart attack.
100%. Yeah, that's a word. Yeah,
you cry a lot?
Huh? No.
No?
No, not at all.
I cry.
I mean, I do sometimes. Last time I cried is because I was talking to my ex, ready for some emotional shit, dog. I've been playing Last of Us. I've been touching my feelings.
I thought that was a video. What's the way?
It's a video game. And he doesn't fucking like it because he doesn't have a heart. All right? No, I was like, I was thinking about it, like, I almost could have, because like I was like, we're getting married and shit. I was like, I almost could have lost you. Like, if that dude you dated was happened to be a good guy, you'd have been gone forever, and that would have been it. And I was like, and that was it. I was fully prepared to die by myself with this comedy shit. Fully prepared, you know. So, yeah. So that was the last time I cried, and I put a lid on it, and I've been fine ever since. What's therapy? You know what I'm saying?
I don't cry a lot in real life, but I do cry a lot. Anything
hypothetically?
No. I'll be watching shit. I'll be watching stuff, right? This is the problem with me. Maybe because I'm so repressed. Like, look, man, when somebody gives me a compliment and says thank you or something, I get uncomfortable. You know, I'm a weirdo. I'm a repressed.
Dude, I'm the same way too. I can't say compliments.
I can't.
I gotta shit on them like immediately. Make fun of his shoes. Make fun of his shoes.
Yeah. So then my ribs. This, you know what sucks about this? You can't. The laughing and the burp and the sneeze. Oh, it's horrible. Anyways,
I get it. I smoke cigarettes.
This fucking sucks, dude. But there is a cool picture of me, hypothetically, where I look like a biker, right? Like I'm looking biker meth allegedly. But I like the picture. My friends sent in the group message to shame me, right? To the other friends, like look what his life is going to, right? But it was like it was a cool picture. My shirt was obviously my tattoos. My hair is kind of long. It's like I don't know. I thought it was cool. If it was me allegedly, freebasing. Anyways, but this is what I cried at bullshit, right? Like, I mean, not the Notebook, right? I cried at the Notebook, but I thought, did you guys see it? Anybody else cry at the Notebook? No. I made my friends watch it when I was younger. And
Jesus Christ.
They were like,
are they still your friends?
Yeah, some of them, right? This is what I went to go see it with an ex, right? An ex I'm not with, a different ex, right? That I couldn't work out with. Wish her the best, but could not work out with that one. I went to see, cried. But this is the other thing. I cried at Brother Bear. Remember, Brother? It's a cartoon movie. I cried when I watched this thing on ESPN about the 70-something Buccaneers. They lost the whole season, and they almost lost 2 seasons in a row, like defeated. And then when they won the last game, cried at that. Dude, I cry. Like in real life, I don't cry, but anything on TV, I'm a crier. Dude.
There's some fictional shit. Like I'll tell you this: one movie I didn't cry at when I saw it the first time, and I saw it the second time
with the Mexicans who play guitar.
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, fuck. The dead Mexicans.
Coco?
Yeah, Coco. I cried at Coco.
Oh, no, this is because my stepfather passed away 2 years ago, right? So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 I saw before he passed. Yeah, and in the second, and I forgot about that part. I was just casually watching it. Like, I wasn't even prepared.
That's with Batista, right?
Yes. And when Lando, what's his name?
Yondu.
When Yondu is taking Peter Quill up, and he looks at him, and he says, he might have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. I was like, God damn. Because that was my stepfather that passed away. You know, and then also throw some spice on it. My real father showed up to the funeral, and that was my first time seeing that motherfucker.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, I wasn't supposed to be angry today. I was supposed to be sad. And now I'm a mixed emotions. And then so I saw Guardians of the Galaxy right after that shit, and I was like, oh, fuck. It fucked me up.
Did you talk to your dad when he went to the funeral?
No, I said.
Wait, that's the first time you met?
First time we met. How you doing?
When he went to your stepdad.
This is not about you. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yep. Yeah. That's one of my favorite jokes. Like, he showed up like some backup quarterback that I heard the starter blew out his ACL. I'm ready to play catch now, son. All right? Sub me in.
Have you talked to him since?
No. And I'm open to it, but he needs to put 110%. I'm putting 0 effort in.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm not even going to put on pants when this nigga comes sees me. You know what I'm saying? He has to be comfortable in my boxers and shit like that, because like you've been gone for way too fucking long without a phone call or an excuse, and I'm done with it. And I know most of my fucking problems come from you.
From your dad.
Yeah. That was the fucked up part. Like I went to only like 4 therapy sessions.
How'd that go? I've never been to therapy. Tell me about it.
It's not good for black people. I mean, no. Wait, I'm not gonna say. I'm
Mexican.
Scratch. I'm not gonna say it's not good for black people. Black people has not embraced therapy into their culture at the time I went. Now it's more open.
Yeah.
By the time I went, it wasn't. So I went the first time, and it was over an ex. Not the ex that's good, but the ex before her who was horrific. And they were just like, so I started talking about all my problems and shit like that. And then my therapist just said, so what's your relationship like you and your father like? And I think she got that from me putting up with so much of her shit and mentioning the kid that she had. And I'm like, how the fuck does this girl know my relationship with my father is fucked? The only way I can compare that to is like, fuck, I think an axle on my tire is fucked up. And you bring it to the mechanic, and like, guess what, son? Your engine's fucked up. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Oh, goddamn.
I just came here for this.
I just came here for this. I just want to fix this. Can you just fix this one part? It's like, no, you're going to be fucked down in the future if I don't fix this thing. And I was like, all right. So I did like 4 sessions, and I was just like, at the time, I was like, I don't need this. I started thinking like her life is perfect. You know? Husband probably beats on her. There's a reason why she's here. There's a reason why she's here. And I'm here to solve her problems. I just walked away from it. That's mainly toxic black culture right there. That did that.
Yeah. They call you crazy. I know Latino culture is like, estás loco. Okay, tienes. But not as much anymore.
It's not crazy. It's like man up. You know? And I think it's because we inherently dealt with so much shit. Oh, you got your heart broken. Ooh, you know what your grandfather did? He got hosed down. Saw his wife got raped in front of him. Walk it off. And it's just like, all right, well, I guess you're right. I am a pussy.
Remember that Chris Rock bit? Like the old black man, right? He's like, dude, they went, how does it go? It's something like where like he went through real racism, right?
Like this, it ain't getting a taxi.
Like he was a taxi.
Laugh, nigga, laugh. Yeah.
A white dude would jump on top of his, giddy up. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, that's
but that's kind of what it is. Yeah. It's like my depression and stuff like that is nothing. And they were able to work it out with no therapy, not reading shit. And I really think that's just embedded in the black culture for a very long time. Just now, they're starting to get over that. And within like the last 5 years, I would say, if that. Where black therapy is more accepted and shit like that.
Is Charlamagne one of the first people to bring that up? I can't.
The first person to bring it up to me, which is shout out to Brian Morton.
Okay.
Brian Morton, one of our favorite rappers. He's
not dead.
No, Brian Morton. Shout out to Brian Morton.
Okay.
Joe Budden is me and his favorite rapper. One reason why Joe Budden is one of my favorite rappers, he's the first dude I've ever seen rap about mental health on a wide open basis with no fear. And it was just like, fuck, thank you. I need to hear this shit. Yeah, so shout out to that guy. That guy, yeah, that's the first guy. I think, and that's before Charlamagne. Joe Budden came out, his first album. You remember the song "Pump It Up"? No,
I used to.
Shit, I got his album must have came out in like 2000 fucking 4 or some shit like that. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. Now you know him as a podcast guy, but
I found out about him a little bit because he got into it with Amigos, right?
Yes,
and I've always
that's what was more of a podcast personality.
Yeah. That's when I saw him more. Like, you see, man, I don't care anymore. There was a girl that I was talking to who was really into Joe Budden, so then I couldn't be into Joe Budden, but kind of. I was associated by some girl who drove, but I don't care anymore.
Wait,
some girl who drove.
So she really wanted to fuck Joe Budden, and now you hate Joe Budden now? Is that what it is?
Like
fantasy hate?
I can't have shrimp fried rice because that's the last thing I ate. And I associated.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She went to go see him at the, where was he? At Laugh Fact when they did the live podcast. She was on to Joe Budden. And then
so you associate her with Joe Budden. It's not you hate Joe Budden, but just it reminds me of
the person,
and
right?
you don't care too much for the person.
So shrimp fried rice. The last thing I had right before I had a violent appendix came out or something like that. Yeah. So shrimp fried rice, Joe Budden. Actually, I don't care about Joe Budden anymore because now I'm trying to work things out with this girl. But this happened actually when I started the podcast. Really,
right?
One of my first episodes. That's when it was. Oh, this young chick I met. And everything went way too fast. Yeah, like this chick was. She was like, inviting me to family. And she invited me to a wedding, dude. Like a wedding. We're talking a few weeks.
You can fake a wedding. You can't fake family shit.
No, yeah, family shit. Wedding. Out of state wedding with family.
Okay,
driving with family. So out of state wedding.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Also, it's up to the person who's bringing it. Like, she could fake it if she wanted to, but clearly that's not the situation she wanted to do. Mm-mm. Like if you were bringing a girl to a wedding, you could fake it. Like say, oh, it's just it's just a wedding, we'll dance, drink, whatever. Yeah. Free date.
Parents know, or like Latina moms know. They'll be like, oh, they know to not say anything, right? Like because there's different ones that are gonna come out. Do you want to have kids?
Yes and no.
Comedy
has to come first, and then I have to be at a position. I told her. I have to be at a position where I'm making enough money to justify me leaving you every other weekend.
Okay.
And I told her every other weekend. I'm not going to do that fucking... Unless I'm getting paid, I'm not going to do that shit where I'm like on the road every weekend and leaving her with the kids.
Yeah.
So I look at Kilgallen's life. That is probably the ideal life I want.
Because he has a schedule, right? He has his calendar and his schedule with the kids.
He watches the kids practically every day, every other weekend. He goes out at night, does comedy, does his shit, plays Mario Kart. It looks like a fun life, And that's the one thing you gotta like. One thing like, especially when you're doing comedy and you plan on quitting and not being the breadwinner anymore for at least the foreseeable time being.
Ooh.
You have to be upfront with them about that shit, like really right away, as soon as possible. Like as soon as we started talking about marriage, I'm like. As soon as marriage came out, that was like the immediate next thing. I'm going to do this comedy thing. And she heard the speech before when I was dating other people. So it was a lot easier to tell her that shit because when I was dating other people while we were friends, I would give them the same speech.
So when you guys were friends, she was with somebody else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We're always with someone else.
Okay.
It was kind of one of those weird things. Yeah. So she heard me, as friends, I told her the speech. I tell them the speech every time. Like eventually there's going to come a time where I'm going to quit my job and do this comedy shit, and there's not gonna be a lot of money coming in, and you gotta be okay with that, like I'll cover the bills, but extra shit, you gotta be able to pull your weight.
What have you been doing with your quarantine time?
Getting married. Nah, man, my girl went now, my fiance, that sounds so pretentious. My fiance, she was living without a TV for like 2 years. And just missed a bunch of TV shows. Breaking Bad, Sopranos, some other classics. What's some other classics? The Shield,
I've never seen shows.
Oh, it's so great.
She's seen Lost.
No, but I haven't seen Lost either. Yeah.
Watch Lost.
All right.
It's quarantine.
All right. Yeah, so I've just been catching her up on all this shit. Now that she, building shelves. I have done nothing creative. I've written 3 jokes. Probably. One was great. One I liked. I'll workshop it here because I have no audience and I'm desperate for the feedback. It's I was watching like some terrorist Jack Ryan shit.
Yeah, the 24 guy, right?
Yeah. It was kind of, but I've noticed like every head terrorist guy who's a lead, who's doing all this horrific shit, is married with a happy family, and the family has no idea that he's doing this shit. And I told my girls, like, that's why there will never be a black terrorist of that magnitude, because ain't no way a black woman ain't gonna find out shit. Where you going, Tyrone? Where you going to? I know you talking to that bitch. That bitch Taliban. I know you talking to that bitch Taliban. Nuh-uh. Not today. What about ISIS, huh? You fucking ISIS still? I'm gonna chop your dick off.
What's your girlfriend? What is she?
She's white.
She's white?
She's like Polish and French and some other shit.
Oh, okay.
The love of my life. Polish, French, and some other shit. See, James, I don't see color, so fuck you for laughing at me.
That's right.
I am worried about the wedding, though.
How's her family?
I haven't really met her family. I met her mother one time.
Is she like Polish?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're just their family identifies as white.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
'Cause I know Polish, right?
Yeah.
Like I had cops called on my friend before.
Yeah.
Actually, my Polish friend, he called the cops on his dad, and his dad called the cops on him, and they're both at the same house because my other friend was there. And he was, I think he was like, I want this Mexican out of here. He's like, he is my friend. And they got into it. And then they both called the cops on each other. So when I found out this Polish chick took a shit, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, I've heard these stories, dude. But no, her family's, you saying you never met their family?
Yeah, I met her mother. She came to Chicago on a Wednesday, thank God. It was CYSK.
Where are they from?
Boston.
Oh.
Yeah. Came in CYSK day. I was getting up, had her crushed. Fucking murdered. And I was like, kind of like, yeah, all right, now you know your daughter's not dating no so fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? And that was great. Now the plan was, all right, I'll tell you the plan from the get. The plan, I was supposed to record my album in September.
At CYSK?
At CYSK.
For people don't know, the non-comic, CYSK is like the #1 independent comedy showcase in Chicago, so it's a shit.
Yeah.
For the non-comedy listeners.
I was supposed to record it then. I was actually supposed to visit her parents in April for them to renew her wedding vows in Key West. I was going to go there, do the traditional thing, ask their parents for their daughter's hand in marriage, all that little shit. Then I was going to record my album, propose to her then, and then get married in February after that. COVID happened, and black people have a stereotype of being engaged forever. And they always look for excuses of why not and stuff like that. So I got drunk and told her my plan. And he's like, well, we should still just get married. Like, what the fuck are we waiting for? I'm like, yeah, what are we waiting for? Who knows how long this COVID shit's going to take? So we're supposed to get married July 4th, this Saturday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we were going to do that. And then,
Holy shit, wait, when did you get engaged?
Back in April.
Oh, okay. What month are we in? We're in June, right? Oh, no, we're in July. Today's July 1st?
Yeah.
Happy July.
So then it was, we talked to her parents, we told them, and let's just say, whenever you invite in-laws in, it's no longer your wedding. It's theirs. And so we had to move it back to August to accommodate for family to come in. Good thing is, if you're going to get married during a pandemic, because I only can invite 50 people. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right. I went to a pandemic funeral. I was FaceTiming my buddy. Everybody was FaceTiming each other.
Yep.
It was a very interesting funeral.
So just wait. All the black people is waiting to get married. Wait for do it now, honestly, but wait for the next pandemic to happen, and you'll be all good.
So how'd you propose? When did you decide I'm doing this? I'm proposing.
I told her the whole plan. I'm like, this was my whole thing. Everything fell apart. This is fucked up. And she's like, why don't we can still get married? And I'm like, and I just dropped down on one knee. Well, literally dropped down on one knee because I was drinking whiskey all night.
Okay.
Proposed to her. And then she was like, absolutely. So boom.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Clap, nigga. Oh, he's rolling weed. Sorry about that.
Important things over here.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you about this. You hosted Drop.
Yes.
So the drop.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
From the drop. Yeah.
All right. Trigger warning. All right. For the I'll explain for the comic listeners. So trigger warning is this open mic. It was at this place called The Drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's now. I mean, pre-COVID, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Sedgwick stop, right?
It's at Sedgwick stop for now, but I think we're going to become free agents and test the markets again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not happening.
Nothing's happening, right? Nothing's happening except for Mike's. Like there's what? There's the one at the comedy bar, and then the one at the park. So much controversy, dude. Oh, that's hilarious. Shout out to Greg Bartuzzi and Johnny Cosmo. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Everybody's attacking you for.
Hey, can I give him a sound advice?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the camera. Everyone that's attacking you about that shit is fucking nobodies. All right?
Yeah,
they don't matter. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, dude.
Who gives a shit?
You're in a fucking park, dude. You're in a fucking park.
Yes. They want to be all woke and shit. For what reason? They're in a park. What, he's going to corner you on a tree or some shit like that?
Yeah, and act like they won't go to the fucking comedy bar, fucking Mike, or try to get booked. All right. Yeah. And one person who was on there, I was surprised because I'm friendly with him, and I was like, whatever. It was interesting. I don't know. Maybe I think people just being inside too much, or they're losing their mind.
It is definitely, dude. I have this rage in me every time I open on Facebook. Just all these garbage comics with the overconfidence of a Dave Chappelle right now, because there's no real audience members to keep them in check. You know what I'm saying? There's no people to say, hey, you fucking suck. So they've been stuck in this echo chamber of Facebook of likes, care. And I'm like, dude, I can't wait to take my fiery sword out, man. I'm the angel of death when it comes to this shit, bro.
Dude, people don't
and
know.
I'm just going to start whacking heads off, man. Whacking heads off.
Yeah, where people don't know.
I seen one comic just like, oh God, this guy he disgusted me. I'm not gonna say his name.
I think I know that name. Well, I don't even know.
He was just like, you know what? I'm done being. This is like 2 months into quarantine.
I know exactly.
I'm done being overlooked. I know I'm the shit.
I knew
I'm like,
dude.
Nigga, you have not. I've only seen you eat dicks. You've eaten so much dicks. I thought that's what you were going for. You know what I'm saying? I thought you just loved to taste the dick.
And I thought.
I'm like, oh my God. I had that happen to me. That person's girlfriend, to give you
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm at a party.
I can't wait to hear it.
You really you have a regular life.
I'm at a party. You might as well take notes because I'm dropping names. I haven't said shit to nobody in fucking months. So I'm at a party. This is after the CYSK auditions. They corner me and they're like, Ed.
Him and his girl?
No, just her.
Okay.
Ed, what the fuck? How come I didn't get passed? Right? And I'm like, well, people crushed. I don't think you understand that. People crushed. This is the audition open mic. This is before the auditions. So we listened to people who made the audition show. They didn't make it. I'm like, people fucking crushed. It's like, no, I crushed too. And I'm like, ugh, I want to tell her she ate a dick. But I'm nice and she's never really done anything. But that delusion of, I'm like, no, but I don't understand. I don't think you understand how people fucking murdered. If you didn't murder, you weren't gonna make it, and they just couldn't wrap their brains around murdering, which is true. Everyone made it murdered. Some people did good.
Yeah, you didn't book any scrubs off
No,
that.
everyone murdered, and I'm saying you did not murder. And she was so delusional. She thought she murdered when she didn't even do good. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know what the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah,
you want me to break it to you? Like, hey, that set sucked. I'm not gonna do that right now because I'm out drinking. I don't want to think about this shit.
I don't know if you ever. I would do this, not a trick, but if I was out with on a show with somebody, let's say we're on the road or something, and then they had somebody I'm friendly with, and they had a bed set. Before they came back, I'd skirt out to the bathroom, and then I'd wait after they came back to the table, and then I'd come back, and I was like, oh, okay, because as soon as they came back, I didn't know how to react to them not having a good set.
Oh fuck, I'll tell them.
Oh,
here's a true story, right? Here's a true story. Hey.
Can we do this for 2 hours?
Here's a true story, and this is why me and Kiefer are so tight to this day.
Brandon Kiefer, he got married too, right?
Yeah, he did.
I
was his best man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, drunk as shit.
Did he moved right to
No, he's
mountains?
still here.
Oh, okay.
He's still here. So me and Kiefer, we're opening up for Dwayne Kennedy.
Okay.
One of my comedy idols and shit like that. The room, I'm looking at the room. The room is hot, so I'm like, I'm not even thinking about my set. I get on stage, and I'm not lying. Half my set, I was eating a dick. And I didn't realize it because you get a moment where you're in autopilot, and you're just going through your shit, and you're like, wait a minute. I'm not it takes like almost facial recognition from the audience to realize like, oh, this is not going well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is not going well. So I'm like, I snap out of it. I start doing a little extra energy and shit just to get them back. And I close strong. I would say 60% of the set sucked ass. I get off stage. Everyone's like, man, killer set, killer set, killer set. Go up to Brandon, and he's like, not your best work, son. And that's who you need to be hanging around. Man, Joey posted some shit like this the other day. He had to take it down. But he
he did take it down.
He
right?
had to take it down.
Again.
Hey, I'm not gonna put his shit out there. He had reasons to take it down. Okay. But he was just like, I don't understand. New comments. Don't let these other comments gas you up. You don't need to hear that, especially if you're new. You need to hear what's wrong, not what's good. You know, the worst thing that happens to new comics is when I have a good set, I used to get upset. I didn't learn anything from it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck, man, that went good. I'm great, but I know I need more work to do. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get too much. I mean, you get like, oh, it feels good for a little bit, but it's
but you're like,
ah,
shit, you know, what if it doesn't work the next time? You start reading.
It could hurt you too.
Yeah.
It could hurt you too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, you need people like that to be surrounded by. And man, there is an epidemic. This is the real epidemic.
This is a real pandemic.
This is the real pandemic of shitty groups of shitty comics hanging out with each other, all sucking each other's dicks, and all of us comics are looking on like, what are you guys doing down there? So they all think they're right, and none of them are right. They're all wrong.
Dude, and look, I feel like in this, it's so easy. This is not a play, right? This is not a piece of objective art. Like, did they laugh or did they not laugh? You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty obvious.
And I don't understand.
The audience laugh.
I really don't understand, like, how there's groups. I'm talking Wu-Tang Clan, a number of comics that hang out with each other, and not one of them go, "Hey guys, that pretty much sucks." Not one of them. Not one out of 9. Not one. And it's just like, all right, you guys keep on fucking blowing each other. That's fine. That's why I had a small window. I had a couple people I fuck with, and that's it. And we love when one of us bombs. Oh my God, the trashing. Whew. Whew. We try to get each other to quit. Like, we have a bad set. Oh, me and Brandon on the road, we were keeping score and shit.
You've seen people look. So the trigger warning was an aggressive. I'll tell people who don't know.
And actually, this
an aggressive mic.
This actually kind of leads to all this shit. This is the reason why trigger warning happened.
Yeah,
because I think when trigger warning started, it was the dawn of me seeing this shit happen. I'm like, I gotta start breaking these motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying?
I showed up too late that night, but I remember when I showed up one time, I did some mics. Was it Martin? I think Martin maybe fucking had somebody a couple break up. Was it a guy who quit comedy there? Was it Martin Morrow?
You know how many
people quit comedy? What are some of the best ones you've seen?
Dude, where people have been broken? There is 8 people that quit comedy and 5 people that's broken up. 5 couples. Yes.
5.
One is a double play. What I call a double play is a comic that comes in with a girl and they break up as he quits comedy. That happened once, and that was probably the greatest work that
Who was it? Who broke him?
It was a group effort. I was proud. That's the group of comics I was proud of. It was a group effort. Yeah, it was. Oh, God, I think I remember that night. Martin was there, and Martin was just hanging out the bar. I remember. He wasn't hosting that night.
No.
He just did a set. He was at the bar drinking, and he mentioned Second City. This is back when he used to do Second City. And then he was like, Martin was just drinking, and the guy was already having a bad set. And the room was taking over. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And then so he tries to lash out, and he's yelling at Martin. Martin's back is to him. Hey, fuck you and your Second City shit. You think you're big shit? And Martin doesn't even realize the nigga's talking to him. And then as he's like, Martin's like, are you talking to me? He's like, yeah, man. And then the room at this point fully turns in on him. And then if you look, you can see his girl walking through the stage and out the door. And that's the last we saw of either two of those. I think we saw the guy one more time. He was out somewhere else. And then someone told the story about that at a mic. And that did him in.
If you got... okay, we're getting close to the end. If you got some advice to give to some up-and-coming comedians...
Oh shit! I mean, I've said so much. I mean, just quit comedy, man. Honestly, just quit comedy. Where's the comedy do anyway? Nah, man, just yeah, in a park. Go get canceled in a park.
How the fuck?
Go get canceled in a public park. This scene is ridiculous, dude.
You're in a fucking park. You're in a fucking
park. You mean in a public park where social distancing, you still don't trust the nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't get 6 feet to you. What are you complaining about? If you want him at any mic, that's the mic you want him at. Surround him. Keep an eye on this guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, they're so ridiculous. You know, I always that guy who wouldn't name nameless. They were trying to ban him from trigger warning, which luckily he just stopped coming. And there was a couple close friends of mine. I'm like, well, can you give me what did he do? And this always gets labeled him with victim blame. Like, what did he do? What is he doing? He's a creep. Yeah, he makes me feel weird too. You know, but so does the police. Right. You know what I'm saying? like, you know what I'm saying? But what is he doing? And then they're like, he just gives me a weird vibe and stuff like that. And I hate to say this, but women's intuition is usually right. But you got to come with something other than vibes. I've given some women bad vibes just trying to get booked on a show. You know what I'm saying? Close friends of mine now, but back then, hey man, this person said you were kind of creeping on them. I was like, I just want to do 10 minutes of their fucking show. My dick was in my pants the whole time, right? You know. So it's like, it's like, yeah, you got to give me something. I cannot just because the guy gives you bad vibes and stuff like that. I even tried to tell him tone down his creepiness, but he can't help it out. Because I think he's a good guy with mental health problems.
Yeah,
I think that's who he is.
That's what
really.
I think he is. Yeah, so, like he's messaged me before about stuff and be like, "Hey, this Mike" and stuff, and I've talked to him, but you could tell like he's a little off.
He's a little off. So I told him like, "Hey, man, look, you're cool with me. You gotta tone down your creepiness because if the numbers get higher, I can't do anything about that. I can't. People are afraid to come to my mic because you stare at them without blinking for 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like you. I'm looking out for you, but like that's the last speech I had with him. And I think he just fucked off for a while, and I think that's what happened. That's like the last time I talked to him, and it was just gone. So you know, then he comes to open mic in a park during social distancing, and everyone's up and. Dude, I wish I had just fucking put gasoline all over that park, and just like right when he got on stage, just hey, you got to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And light them all up. People just I love this scene, but it disgusts me. How can I compare this to Brussels sprouts?
You love Brussels sprouts?
If you prepare Brussels sprouts right, it's great. But
with some cheese.
Brussels sprout by itself is not cooked. Just want to throw it at someone's
head. Does anybody eat grits here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, you know I'm black, right?
How do you eat them though? This is my question because I got taught how to eat grits by a big fat white dude.
Oh well, was he Southern?
And a Cracker Barrel. No, he's from here. We used to go drive to Florida because he was too fat to fly. He's my old boss.
He was too fat to fly back then.
Yeah.
Oh wow, shit.
I mean, he could, but he had to buy 2 tickets, so he would just drive to Florida.
Now that's fat shaming. I'll bet they're not even allowed to charge for 2 tickets already. Does anyone know that? If you're fat.
Yeah, they do have to charge you for 2.
Okay, that's the next one to come down. Yeah, that's the next one to come down.
Sexual racism. I was reading about that today. Anyways,
what's sexual racism?
I forgot something.
I know there's something where
it's a Drew Michael joke.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate it. They came after him like that.
If you have a preference of dating a certain race, you're
no.
Sexual
Well,
racist
I also think. Oh, really? No.
I was reading. It just popped up on.
I always think sexual racism is over sexualizing a certain culture for
Asians,
black men get that a lot.
Asians.
I mean, trust me. I say at least 5
Puerto Rican women for
five white pussies I've gotten was not for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's like I need to fuck a black dude, and this guy is he pulls his pants up all the way, and he enunciates all of his words, and yeah, you know, he'll never be my parents. So hell no. This is one. Yeah, so I thought that was when you said sexual racism. I thought that was it. Yeah. No, advice. Back to advice. I can't give advice because everyone's looking for shortcuts, and I didn't take that way.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for shortcuts. My thing is just do the work. Now. Okay, this is what's important. Get around some people that ain't gonna bullshit you. You want to find that out? Have a bad set on purpose and come off stage and see what the fuck they say. If you don't bust your balls, fuck them. You know
they're yes men.
Yeah.
Or yes days.
Yes days. Yeah.
Yes days.
That's the wokest thing to say.
I think that's the wokest thing I've ever said in my life. Mm-hmm. There's no plugs, right? There's no plugs. Do you have any plugs? You have any plugs? They'll come in like 2 Mondays.
I think.
Oh, there's a plug coming.
I don't know yet. I think I'm going to be in Louisville for the first time doing comedy since fucking March for an hour, and I am almost terrified. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Man, there's going to be a lot of crowd work. Hollywood Rodescu Hopkins is a featuring for me. I hope he has 3 minutes. Yeah, so it's Louisville. Just follow Ed Towns all over the place. If you're down in Louisville, come check me out.
Okay, and then for me, it's what am I? plugging. I don't know. I'm gonna do this I gotta set up this Ask Lobo Den email when people message me, because I get DMs and I get questions sometimes. Besides people trying to solicit drugs from me. But it's at Lobo Den, at the Lobo Den on Instagram. I'm not even gonna plug my Twitter because I fail at Twitter. I don't have a TikTok because of the Chinese government. And what is it? Like, subscribe, tell a friend. If you want a sticker, I have stickers. DM me. I'll message you. And I might have to get I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't remember. I'm probably concussed from this car accident I got.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words?
No.
All right, Lobo Den.
It's been real.
Go.
Lobo Den.